I'm going to show you how fear can make you sick and how fascia release activates your healing process. Welcome to the Art of Inside Out. My name is Art. I'm an emotional release and mobility coach. For the last 7 years, I help people to transform their life and to go from that stress, anxiety, body pain, depression, burnout to a peaceful, calm relaxation, which is your natural state, your default state. We've been programmed for so many years to live in a fear state. I'm going to help you to break that cycle and reconnect back to that natural default healing state that I call love state. If you want to activate that healing state, if you want to live in peace, relaxation, and calm, we need to understand about fear and love. Number one, we need to understand how emotions work in the body. Emotions are body experiences, are not just mental states. Modern neuroscience confirms that emotions are biological process, involved everything in your body. Even the way that you breathe, your cells, your muscles, your tissues, the organs, and most importantly, your immune system. We need to understand that every time that you feel an emotion, it has an impact in your body. When you feel sad, depressed, or you feel angry, or you feel anxious, you feel joyful, your whole body changes chemically and physically. That argument that you have with your boss and makes you really angry, that has an impact in your body. It's not just a mental and emotional state. When you are enjoying with your friends and you're happy and you're very excited, that has a strong impact in your physical body. It's not just a mental state. Feeling sad, it manifests in every cell in your body. So today we're going to talk especially about fear. So let's make it simple. What is fear is an alert signal. Danger can happen. An alert is basically protective, protecting you from harm. Always fear is going to activate the stress response in the body. Every time that the brain detects danger, even if that threat is physically or is even mentally or emotionally, your body is going to activate the stress response. The amygdala is going to activate the stress response. So release of adrenaline, cortisol, heart rate, blood pressure goes up, muscle tense, digestion slow or stop, breathing becomes shallow. So your body is getting ready for a fight or flight response. So when this response happens occasionally and you are very aware and conscious to understand fear is not real, there is nothing to fear, so I'm going to go back to calm and relaxation, that is totally fine. But when you stay in a fear state for a long period of time, that's when illnesses happen. Because it happens occasionally, that is protective, it's just an alert signal. But when that protection happens for a long time, you build like an armor and you're carrying that armor everywhere, every day of your life. Even when you go to sleep, imagine if you are wearing those huge medieval armor, even with the hat, with the helmet and everything. You go to sleep with that, you take a shower with that, you're trying to exercise with that. That is how that protection, like fear protection, feels. And that can bring a lot of health issues. So that long period of activation of fear, living in that fear and that survival mode for so many years, can bring you chronic pain, muscle tension, especially lower back issues. I see that all the time. Lower back pain, chronic, really bad. You cannot even move. You cannot even get out of bed. You try medication, you tried surgery, you try anything and nothing works. Digestive issues. Your stomach is your second brain. Sleep problems, extreme fatigue, cardiovascular disease, suppressed immune system, general anxiety disorder, depression, stiffness in your body, inflammation in your body, in the tissues, especially the joint, arthrosis, bulging disc, herniation, yes. I know, I thought the same thing. I had 3 herniations. I started all this journey 15 years ago to heal my lower back pain, my anxiety, my depression. I thought when they diagnosed me with herniation, when I couldn't even walk from the pain of my lower back. And the first thing I thought was like, so what movement I made wrong, where I hurt myself, what exercise, what accident caused my lower back to get disc herniation. And now I understand that pressure, again, that armor that you're carrying, that heaviness, that pressure around the spine all the time. Spine is causing the joints and the spine to get irritated. I have many clients that they laugh at me when I said, yes, your bulging disc, your herniation is caused by fear. If you live in that fear state for a long time, it definitely is going to manifest in your body and cause all these different illnesses. You can try everything to cover the symptoms, but in order to heal, in order to go back to relaxation, peace, and no pain, is to go from that fear state, to break that fear state, and go back to your peace, calm, and relaxation, and activate that healing, that inner physician that you have inside. So there is so many research about, there is clinically proved that fear can cause you all these illnesses. And Eastern medicine has been saying the same thing from thousands of years. So how fascia release helps to break the fear cycle? So part of the process of breaking that fear cycle is using fascia release. Emotional release and body relaxation helps to break the cycle of fear. So how I explain to my client in really easy words is when you apply fascia release, it's basically sending two signals to the brain. That is a communication. You are saying, I love you, and you need to go back to relaxation and peace. You don't need to be active. There is nothing to fear. So basically it's that. Applying pressure, signals to the brain, you need to relax, you don't need to be active, I don't need that protection. The body releases and you go back to relaxation and peace. It's a process, it's a work, it's a journey. So when you apply pressure and you release that fascia, release that armor that was created there from fear, you go back to that safety, love, connection place. And if you want to talk about the nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system activates. So you go in rest and repair, everything go back to relaxation and repair. So basically you reverse all that stress response from before. Cortisol drop, you get back to a deep breathing during the whole day. You don't need shallow breath anymore because you are not in a fight and flight. You can take a really nice deep breath anytime you want. The heart rate goes down, blood pressure stabilizes, immune system repair, the digestive system go back to normal, working properly, working in peace, calm, and relaxation. This is a process, this is a training. As I said before, we've been programmed since we were a child to fear, and it's so easy for us to get in a fear state. So what I want you to take from this video is fear is not your normal state. Your normal state is peace, relaxation, calm, which is love. That is your natural normal state. That is your essence. Fear is not even real. That's going to be a whole video because it's a lot, but keep that in mind. Fear, you are not fear. That is learned. Something that is in default, something that is your natural state is love, which is harmony, peace, relaxation. Don't be afraid of fear. Fear protects, which is good to walk through this physical life. Fear is good, there's nothing wrong with it. Now, living in that fear state for a long period of time, that is not good. Love opens. When you live your life from love, when you practice love in every aspect of your life, it opens up. It creates expansion. So all that protection that we created, all the armor that we created, just dissolves and we are fluid. We get into that state of flowing. Remember that. Fear protects, closes, love opens, expansion. I hope this video was helpful for you. If that, please give me a thumbs up and follow me. I'm going to start sharing a lot of videos to help you get out of that fear state, get out of that body pain, anxiety, depression, and reconnect back with peace, love, and relaxation. You deserve that. That is your natural, normal state. You should be in calm and peace and relaxation every day of your life. That is who you are. Thank you for watching. See you next time.